What would you do with your power to spend every bit of it, right? Well, we're given that many seconds every single day. And unlike money, time does not roll over. And you see, when I was 18, I wasn't a bad kid. I just didn't quite know the value of life or time yet. And two female bodies ended up getting found on the side of the road one night, and that it wasn't supposed to turn out like that. I had actually just gone through my first breakup, and I know each of us deal with things differently, but at that point in my life, I just started to go out a little bit more than normal. I had a reason, right? And I'd reconnected with a friend who had gone through a breakup as well. So we just met up and went to a Taco Bell just to get a cheap meal. And while the night was supposed to end there, we ended up going to a friend's house where alcohol was available, and we didn't plan on drinking, but after being there for about an hour, a couple beers started to enter our system. And instead of going home at 1 a.m. when I was supposed to, I decided to stay there instead, and that lasted till about 3:30 in the morning. Something switched, and I wanted to get back home. I wanted to get back to my bed, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. So I got in my truck, and my friend got in my passenger seat, and while we were on our way home, something I couldn't have planned for ended up happening. Actually, right here in our hometown, Claricona, Ocoee Road, I ended up getting into a one-car crash after a vehicle had cut me off. I lost control of my truck. We flipped about 8 times from where we started, and neither me or Leanne were wearing our seatbelts. So both of us ended up leaving the vehicle, and she ended up landing on her butt, which broke her pelvis and her tailbone, and I ended up landing on my head, which ended up causing a traumatic brain injury, and it also ended up breaking my neck. I had no idea what I got myself into yet, but after some major surgeries and 10 days later in a coma, I woke up to a story that I couldn't have prepared for. And I wish I could tell you a little bit about a coma. I can't, but there is one thing I want to share with you about it. When I started to regain my consciousness, although I had no idea what I'd done to myself yet, I did get to speak to my mom for the first time. I had a little whisper because there was a ventilator that was put into my throat, so my voice was robbed from me, among many other things I didn't know yet. But I told her, I said, "Mom, I feel so stupid, I kept arguing with God." And she said back to me, "What do you mean you argued with God?" I just told her, I said, I kept begging him to please let me go and that I don't want to come back to this. And I just remember I kept hearing no, and I wouldn't stop arguing. And I was told that I will live and he will save me, and that there's many things I still have left to do. And honestly, the only reason why I share that with you guys tonight is because the fact that you're here today on this last day of March, it just shows that you've also still got many things left to do. And I know that we've all have our stories and trials and tribulations, but now at this point, I was getting to learn exactly what I'd done to myself. Sometimes people break their neck and nothing happens. Sometimes the worst happens, and then sometimes you get left living in a position like I did to myself. After those vertebrae broke, they went into my spinal cord and ended up paralyzing everything below my shoulders. I was told that I would never move or even get to feel again. My feet, my legs, my butt that is now sitting on this thing, my back, my stomach, my hands, my arms, everything that you move and feel below your shoulders. I ended up paralyzing from one decision of drinking and driving at 18 years old for the rest of my life. And I'm telling you, like all bad news, you can't hear something like that and ever think life is going to be the same again. And I didn't know quite yet what I'd got myself into or what God was preparing for the rest of my life. But I can tell you it was going to be one heck of a ride. And now today, this year, I'm going to be landing 14 years since I made that decision. This was not recent. I am now 32. I am no longer in my teens. And the time has flown. But I don't want to leave you guys on a negative note tonight, that if you've ever made the decision of drinking and driving, that this could be you, because this is any of us. Trauma does not discriminate, and we are all at the mercy of the decisions that we make. And not only do our decisions impact us, but everybody else we come in contact with. And just something positive real quickly, I can't dance, I haven't recovered. I'm not gonna get out of this thing and get my buddy over here, the MC, to put on some music so I can pop, lock, and drop it for you. It's not gonna happen tonight. But with the over 600 muscles that we've got in our body, I've got about 5 to 8 of them that have started working again. It's not much, but it is way more than how I started. And I've got my shoulders back. My biceps are actually doing pretty good. And I got a little bit of wrist over here. So still no finger function. I even lost the ability of just even picking my own nose. You know, so much got taken from just one decision. But there's also so much left. It may not have been what I thought I wanted, but there's something neat about grace and time and second chances that we end up getting to just where we're supposed to be. I don't have all the answers, but I do know what's coming next is gonna blow our minds. We just gotta get there. And the crazy thing about time is, and God, is you're never gonna run out of second chances, but you are gonna run out of time. And I hope more than anything after tonight, you never take those 84,600 seconds for granted ever again. So big congratulations to my guys over here. You guys, I'm excited for your next chapter. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead. Never stop trusting God, and help as many people as you can. Because at the end of the day, that's what this life is all about. So thank you guys so much. I am so happy I got to be here. Big shout out to Charlie for bringing me out. Yeah, thanks guys.